Over the years, I've written 6 articles defending the existence of God, a person's right to see God, and also Christianity. For me, that was the right thing to do. However, sometimes doing the right thing involves questioning and even standing up against established norms and beliefs. This is an article that I wrote entitled, "The World is Round." In 300 BC, the Egyptian city of Alexandria, lived a man by the name of Aristophanes. In addition to being a man of many talents, he was also the curator of the great library of Alexandria. Like all true scientists, he was also a voracious reader. One day he read an article that caught his attention. On the previous 21st day of June at noon, at the outpost of Steppin, which is located near the first cataract of the Nile, something very peculiar took place. The stakes and columns used as information markers had no shadows. Additionally, the usual reflection of the sun could not be seen inside a deep well. To his knowledge, it was an observation that all others had ignored. So now imagine this, 1 year later, on June 21st in Alexandria. He was curious to see if the stakes and markers had cast the usual shadows. To surprise, the shadows were normal. He had the presence of mind to measure the shadow and calculate its angle, which he estimated at 7 degrees. He deduced that if the world was flat, it should have cast shadows, or would not have cast shadows on both sticks at the same time. But what really piqued his curiosity is that one marker cast a shadow, while another nearby did not. To him, the observation indicated that the earth was not flat, and to prove it, he hired a man to pace the distance from Cyrene to Alexandria, which proved to be a distance of 800 kilometers, or 497 miles. Now my mind kind of wanders at this point. In addition to professional surveyors, there must have been persons for hire that had a certain size foot, arm, or step that were officially used to measure distances or dimensions. A good modern example is of a horse that is still measured by being so many hands high. Getting back to my story, at any rate, Aristophanes had no idea how great a curve was involved. But by using 2 stakes, he could draw 2 lines to intersect at the center of this unproven globe. Using the 7-degree angle of the shadow, he calculated it to be something like 1/50 of a 360-degree circle. Based on 800 kilometers, which was the distance between Alexandria and Cyrene, multiplied by 50, he determined that the circumference of the Earth was approximately 40,000 kilometers, or 24,850 miles. This was 1,800 years before Columbus sailed for America. But even more impressive than this great achievement, in which Aristophanes was only a few percentage points off in his calculations, is that at least 400 years prior, Phoenician sailors were circumnavigating many parts of the globe in especially designed and open ships of Tarshish. Imagine being one of the first ships to accomplish this, spending every day for 3 years thinking that this could be the last day of life because your ship may fall at the end of the earth. It would have been similar stress as one preparing to jump into a very deep ditch in the dark. After the earth was determined to be round, many great voyages of daring and adventure took place by those who gambled their lives on the mathematics of a scientist from Alexandria. So Columbus discovered America in 1492 based in part by using Aristophanes' calculations. However, according to sources at the University of Salamanca, Columbus made major errors and or distorted and exaggerated his calculations in order to justify his voyage. His original intent was to sail west across the ocean from Spain to India. But in order to sell the idea of the voyage to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, he based his calculations on the earth being considerably smaller than Aristophanes' numbers. Columbus sold his vision and financed his voyage, but would have tragically failed if the ships had not accidentally bumped into the Americas. So it makes me wonder, did many great events in our history occur purely by chance? Or did they happen as a result of a combination of guessing, deducting, and yes, sometimes even misrepresenting the facts? One thing is for sure, nearly all significant moments throughout history were accomplished by determined visionaries like Aristophanes and Columbus undetermined by skeptics who said that it could not be.